you? What the is wrong with you?
Okay, bye.
Love isn't meant to feel like a constant state of tension, like you're tiptoeing around someone else's mood. But if you grew up with emotional neglect, criticism, or unpredictable behavior, you might have learned that love feels like walking on eggshells. You expect it to hurt. You wait for it to disappear. And even when someone gentle comes along, part of you pulls back, whispers, "What if this is just another disappointment?" If that's familiar, you're not broken. You're protecting yourself. But you also deserve to know real love can feel safe. In this video, we'll explore 5 green flags to help you recognize the kind of love that doesn't just avoid hurting you. It helps you heal. But before we continue, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Incredi Path. Your support helps us reach more people who need gentle guidance, just like this. Now let's get into it. Green flag number 1, they move at your pace. When you've been hurt, trust is not something you can give away easily. You might find yourself constantly scanning for signs of betrayal, abandonment, or emotional withdrawal. And that's not weakness.
You be the man for the job. So now I'm crazy because I don't love you, right? Is that the point?
No, wrong! You're not crazy, and you do love me. That's the point, April.
But I don't.
It's a survival response. A healthy partner understands that your heart needs time. They don't push for more than you're ready to give. They don't make you feel guilty for your hesitations. Maybe you've had a disagreement and your thoughts are spiraling. You ask them again, "Are we okay?" And instead of reacting with annoyance or shutting down, they meet you with calm reassurance. "Yes, we're okay, take your time." They don't force conversations before you're ready. They respect your silence without interpreting it as rejection. And when your insecurities surface, they don't make you feel like a burden. They remind you that healing takes time and they're not going anywhere. They also pay attention to the little things, how your voice changes when you're anxious, how you retreat when you're overwhelmed. And instead of taking it personally, they respond with quiet understanding. They learn your rhythms, not to fix you, but to walk alongside you. In their presence, you don't feel pressured to be perfect. You feel allowed to simply be, uncertain, healing, and still worthy of love. Green flag number 2, they handle conflict without harm. If you've experienced explosive anger,
Christ.
emotional manipulation,
If I would have known you were gonna get back together, I wouldn't have done this.
That's a lie.
It's not a lie.
You have this image of yourself as so sweet and innocent, but it's person. You wouldn't have best friend's boyfriend.
then someone simply raising their voice might send you into panic. Your body remembers what it's like to brace for impact, but love doesn't have to feel that way. In a healthy relationship, conflict isn't avoided, but it's handled with care. When your partner feels upset, they don't lash out or slam doors. They might say something like, "I need a minute to cool off so I don't say something I'll regret." There are no ultimatums, no guilt trips, no weaponizing silence or past mistakes. And if they do mess up, and we all do, they take ownership. "I'm sorry, that wasn't fair." They also know that your fear isn't just about the current moment, it's layered. It's shaped by years of having to walk on emotional landmines. So when tension arises, they don't just focus on solving the issue, they make sure you feel safe in the process. Their calm presence helps you stay grounded, reminding you that disagreement doesn't have to mean disconnection. That love, real love, holds space for both voices, even in the middle of a storm. You don't feel unsafe during arguments. You feel heard. You feel like problems can be solved, not just endured. That kind of emotional maturity is a green flag that shows you're finally in a space where love isn't about fear, but about repair and respect. Green flag number 3, they encourage you to be you. If you're used to people pleasing or always putting others first, it can be hard to even know what you want. Attachment trauma can convince you that love is earned by staying small, agreeable, or invisible. But someone who truly loves you doesn't want a watered-down version of you. They want you to shine. When you mention wanting to try something new, like joining an art class, going back to school, or just spending more time with friends, a healthy partner cheers you on. They don't feel threatened by your independence. They celebrate it. They say things like, "That sounds amazing. How can I support you?" Your growth is not seen as competition or distance. It's seen as a beautiful part of your identity, and they love watching you grow. And when you begin to reclaim parts of yourself you once hid, your opinions, your quirks, your boundaries, they don't try to mold or mute them. Instead, they're curious. They listen. They respect who you're becoming, not just who you were when you met. With them, love feels like an open door, not a shrinking box. You're not just allowed to grow, you're encouraged to. Green flag number 4. They respect your boundaries, even the small ones. For many people who've lived through inconsistent or conditional love, setting boundaries can feel scary. Maybe you've been taught that saying no makes you selfish, or worse, unlovable. But in a safe relationship, boundaries are welcomed, not punished. You might say, "I've had a long day, I just need some space to decompress." And instead of sulking or making passive-aggressive comments, your partner says, "Absolutely, I'll check in later to see how you're doing." They don't take your need for space as rejection. They recognize it as self-care. And the more your boundaries are respected, the more you begin to believe that you can be loved and still honor your own needs. Green flag number 5. Conflict becomes a bridge, not a wall. Arguments are inevitable, but what matters is how they happen. In an emotionally healthy relationship, conflict isn't a contest or a chance to win. It's a way to understand each other better. Imagine you're in a disagreement. Emotions are running high. Instead of cutting you off or pointing fingers, your partner says, "Let's work through this together." They don't twist things around to make it seem like everything is your fault, as if your feelings are the problem and they have nothing to do with what's happening. Instead, they focus on the issue, not on tearing down your character. They don't invalidate your feelings or shut down your side of the story. Even when they're upset, they make room for your opinion, because for them, understanding you matters more than proving a point. They listen, truly listen, and even if they don't fully agree, they validate your feelings and care about your experience. That kind of communication shows you that even when things are hard, they're not going to abandon you. They're choosing connection over conflict, and that's rare. And over time, something shifts. You stop fearing disagreement. Instead of bracing for a fight or shutting down, you begin to trust that the relationship is strong enough to hold both perspectives. Conflict becomes less about right versus wrong and more about us versus the problem. You feel like you're on the same team, even when things get messy. That's when you know you're building something safe, something real. So do any of these green flags sound familiar? Maybe you're already with someone like this, or maybe you're just beginning to believe that this kind of love is possible for you. Whatever stage you're at, know this: healing love does exist. It won't look perfect, it won't erase your past, but it will offer you something so valuable: safety, patience, and the chance to grow without fear. Let us know in the comments, what green flags have you noticed in your own journey? Or what would you love to experience in a future relationship? We read every message, and we're honored to be part of your healing process. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it today. This is IncrediPath, and we're here to walk beside you every step of the way. Take care of yourself. You matter. And we'll see you in the next one.